You all know EA, the company that collects the worst company in the world title like it's an Olympic gold medal. At one point, their greed was so out of control that they tried to turn pure 2D strategy games into 3D shooters just because they could. But today we're talking about how this giant drove Maxis, the creators of The Sims, straight into a brick wall. If you're ready, let's dive in. Maxis wasn't just any studio. These guys wrote the book on playing God. You had Will Bright, a genius who asked would play enjoy playing house, made The Sims, and printed money. Then he asked would people enjoy managing a city, made SimCity, and took over the world. SimCity 2000, 3000, 4000, each one a masterpiece. We learned about life while balancing budgets between education and fire departments in those pixelated menus. When SimCity 4 dropped in 2003, we thought this is it can't get better than this, but dark clouds were already gathering. When EA swallowed Maxis in 97, gamers already had that gut feeling of dread, because when EA buys a studio, they polish it, squeeze it dry, and then toss the husk aside. But SimCity was so huge, we lied to ourselves saying, surely they won't touch this one. 10 long years after SimCity 4, the series went into a deep coma. While we were distracting ourselves with trashy Facebook games like Cityville, the news finally broke in 2012. A new SimCity is coming, and man, the trailers were mind-blowing. They built the Glassbox engine. Every citizen was a real-time individual. We were hyped, but EA couldn't help themselves. Right after the announcement, they dropped the bomb. Guys, this game requires a constant internet connection, always online. Wait, let's think about this. A city builder is a Zen experience, something you play alone. Why the internet? EA's marketing team looked us in the eye and said, because the simulation is so massive, so complex, that your puny home computers can't handle the math. We're doing the heavy lifting on our own giant servers. We were naive, we believed them, but that cloud was actually a noose they were tightening around our necks. March 5th, 2013, the game launched. We sat down, hands trembling with excitement. And what happened? Nothing. The servers exploded. Literally, you paid for the game, installed it, but when you hit play, you got server boozy. You finally get and try to build your first school and connection lost. It was a joke. You were experiencing lag in a single player game. The fire trucks were stuck in traffic because your Wi-Fi was slow. Amazon stopped selling the game due to the backlash, and EA still smug, saying we're increasing capacity, but remember, the cloud is essential. Then the hackers tapped in. They dug into the code and found out that EA was straight up lying. The massive cloud calculations didn't exist. There was just one line of code checking for an internet connection. If it wasn't there, the game shut down. And hackers released a mod that made the game playable offline instantly, with zero performance loss. EA was caught red-handed. A multi-billion-dollar company had lied to its entire player base. As if the launch wasn't bad enough, the players realized another disaster. The maps were tiny. We weren't managing cities. We were managing neighborhoods. And who filled that void? Paradox with cities, skylines. They came out and said, look, no internet connection. massive maps, and full mod support. City Skylines did everything SimCity couldn't, and it officially buried the legend. EA finally added an offline mode a year later, but it was too late. In 2015, EA officially shut down the main Maxis studio, the birthplace of legends.